What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with two builds for DaBlacklist Blacklist. We've got the M3 BMW Coupe in A-Class set up for hard 8, and we've also got the Corvette ZO6 in S-Class set up for drifting 4 points. Both of these builds are pretty sturdy in their own way. I'll show you all the details there. Guys, DaBlacklist Blacklist is a week-to-week competition that DaBuster puts on his channel through his Discord. I'll link everything down below. Go there, get set up, come race with us. It's really easy. Just drive the car, any build you want, on the track, set a time, get the Corvette, build it any way you want, get a score. Submit both of those, or just one if you only want to race, or if you only want to drift, to DaBuster through his Discord. Get put in the rankings. It's a fun way to compete against others. It's about the only way to really get some good competition in Need for Speed Unbound, and it is a lot of fun. All right, without further ado, let's dig into it. Let me show you what we've got for the BMW in front of us. It's a bit of a cheese build. 130 is the top speed, but for hard 8, that's not too bad. It does have 673 horsepower and 821 on the torque. It's the most I could crank out of it today when I was working on it. All the rest of the engines take it out of the class with the transmission, so you really only have two to choose from. You can do the 6.6 V8, or you can set up the 4.0 liter V8. The 4.0, as soon as you add parts to it, we can't get nearly the horsepower or the torque, and so I'm going with a 6.6 liter V8. That's the first engine, iron basic. You can get the most power out of it, allowing you to accelerate the hardest and probably do your best laps on hard 8. For the parts, you're going to do Silver Pro induction. You're going to do Silver Pro ECU, Super Gold fuel system, and then Iron Basic exhaust, all paired up to an Elite Platinum screw supercharger. We are running a cheese build, so you get to put in Elite Platinum nitrous. You get to run Elite Platinum road suspension. If you want, throw some money at some Elite Platinum brakes. You don't need them. And then Elite Platinum grip tires. Now guys, if you are a drifter, it's pretty easy. Throw the drift tires on this, set the slider anywhere you want, everything else can stay the same. At the end of the day, this car is capped at 130. The moment you put in any other part to take it over 130 miles an hour, it immediately takes it out of the class, makes it A+, S-Class. So it's definitely a cheese car in that way. We do run the Elite Platinum clutch just because we've got the money, why not? And so if you run automatic, this will work pretty well for you. And then the transmission, this is the big deal, you guys. You have to run the Sport Bronze 5-speed transmission. Otherwise, the build doesn't work for the way we have it set up. Look, as soon as you add a transmission to it, if you go Silver Pro, puts it at S270, so it takes it right out of the class very quickly. Hard 8 is an A-class race, and so it's a little cheesy, but it'll get you around the track pretty fast. We are running the Elite Platinum differential to get the most out of our handling slider, because we do slide that slider all the way to the left on this one. And then for your auxiliaries, I'm running nitrous drift and nitrous grip, getting those micro drifts down to get the most out of your boost bar and really send it. For the handling, like I said, it's a full Beyonce, so you slide it all the way to the left, to the left. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. That's personal preference. You can do anything you want with that. Downforce, you can run it all the way high or all the way low. Do anything you want with that downforce. There is no setup for this car that's better than others that I found, so that's going to be a preference thing. If you're drifting, you might turn that downforce down a little bit. Traction control is off, and I run brake tap for my drift entry. Guys, that is the BMW M3 Coupe in A-Class cheese build. Lots and lots of power, but a 130 top speed, which for hard 8 isn't too bad. I think that this is definitely going to be the build of the week for that track, but if you find something different that you like more, let me know. Alright, let me show you what we've got for the Corvette ZO6. The ZO6 in S-Class is a pretty good drift car. It definitely gets sideways. Drifting, there's a lot more personal preference involved than just a here's the build, go race it. So take everything with a grain of salt. If there's a way that you like to set up the car better than others, go ahead and do that. But I have honed into what I think is the very best setup that I can put on it for what I'm going to do this week, and so I want to share that with you guys. The engine that I'm running is going to be the 6th engine over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6th engine over, 7.0 liter V8, 506 brake horsepower when we start. The reason I have chose that engine is because you'll see on the right hand side here, it's got 630 foot-pounds of torque with 691 on the horsepower. I went through and I built out all the rest of the engines that I get to fit in the class. You'll see that V10's got a lot less torque. That has got less torque and horsepower. And so the only one that was maybe better would be the 2.9 liter V6. It has more horsepower but less torque. And so at the end of the day, they're going to be similar. I prefer the V8, a little bit different sound, but at the you guys do you. But I think that would be the only other one that would be a decent competition with that. But I'm going to show you guys the 7.0 liter V8, and that's what we're going to run this week. So for all the parts, it's super gold, which it comes stock with for the first 4, so you don't have to worry about touching those. And then you are going to go put in an Elite Platinum Roots Supercharger. The reason we're doing the Roots this week and not the screw is the screw does not fit, so don't have to worry too much about that. Just throw in the Roots, you're good to go. Nitrous is Sport Bronze Nitro. And then for suspension, we are running Elite Platinum regular suspension. If you wanted to get wild with it, you can put it in the off-road and you can cram a little more power, but it's already got enough to be sideways the whole time, so regular suspension was enough for me. I'm running stock Silver Pro brakes. And then for the tires, we are doing Super Gold Drift tires. I didn't have room to put in the Elite Platinum drifts, so the golds are the ones that we're going with. It was kind of like the happy medium between getting enough horsepower to make it work and still being able to kind of get it fit in the class. We are running a Silver Pro clutch, which shouldn't matter too much for drifting. And then the transmission, we are running the Sport Bronze 5-speed. If you go with the other engine that I showed you earlier, you can put either one in there, but the 5-speed's plenty in this case. And then I'm running the Elite Platinum differential. That way I can slide that slider all the way to the right, go full drift on this one. And then auxiliaries, make sure you equip nitrous drift. The second one is a throwaway. It really doesn't matter because you're drifting for points. Handling, I'm sliding that slider all the way 100% to the right. We're going full drifty boy on this one. And then steering sensitivity, that stays the same. I run 2 clicks high. Downforce, you can go from there all the way to the right. Anywhere in that zone is up to you. If you go less than that, it takes it out of the class with this build. So that's where I'm going to stick right there. Traction control is off. And then drift entry is brake tap. That's what I'm running this week. I think it's going to be a pretty good drift car. At the end of the day, technique is going to be really the key for your points. Making sure that you build up your ×5 multiplier before you bank. And then every time you see those 3 yellow dots appear on screen, bank immediately after that going forward. So that way you're getting the most out of your bonus multiplier. Okay, guys, that's it. Follow DaBuster on YouTube. Drop a subscribe down below on my channel if you haven't already. And follow the links to go get the details on it. Get signed up with his Discord. Costs you nothing to play. There's no registration. Just take a screenshot at the end of your race and then submit it via the Discord so we can get you entered. And it's a lot of fun. We'll see you guys on track, whether you're racing or getting sideways. Everybody have a great race of your day. Bye-bye.